Hello everyone, thanks for joining me today on the Moneybag 73 channel. I have something interesting to tell you today. There's apparently a new crime wave that's taken over the nation, and for some odd reason, police officers from coast to coast are baffled by this new crime wave. And some reporters are calling it a bizarre new theft that's being orchestrated amongst thieves across the nation. Liquid gold. It's being called liquid gold, and it can be found in your laundry room. It's Tide detergent is becoming a commodity money. And some people don't understand why. They're just saying, well, it's being used to buy drugs, or they're reselling it. They're running out with carts of Tide, because Tide's fairly expensive. It goes from $10 to $20 a bottle, and they're getting $5 to $10 a bottle out on the streets for it. But what's really interesting is what this says about the US dollar. Even the spokeswoman for Procter & Gamble said, we don't have any insight as to why this phenomenon is happening. But it is certainly unfortunate. Yeah, well, maybe you'd have some insight if you understand what's happening to the US dollar. I mean, this is showing us the beginning, in my opinion, of the loss of faith in our fiat paper money. A loss of faith, in the paper currency. Fiat means let it be done, or it shall be. Sort of like saying amen at the end of a prayer. I mean, it's something that's forced upon us by an aggressor. Because naturally, like kids, if they were allowed to set up their own little free market, they would barter and trade, or they would come up with some type of commodity money where they'd see value in, in something, and then they would use it as money, something with value. Well, that's what we were seeing here with the Tide. Not only could you trade the Tide for food, but you could also pour some of the Tide into a jar and say, well, here, you want to eat half my sandwich? Well, here, you can do a load of laundry. I mean, it's an essential commodity, laundry detergent. It makes total sense that it's starting to show up as a form of commodity money as the paper dollar is buying less and less. This is happening at a time when gas is back near $4.40 in California, and food prices are going through the roof. People would rather start trading in something that has intrinsic value. So I feel this has a lot to say about what's happening with our fiat paper money. And unfortunately, I don't see any of that being expressed in the articles that I read. They were just saying, they're using these bottles of Tide to buy drugs. Yeah, well, that's part of it, but that's not the reason they're stealing the Tide. It's being used as a commodity money on the black market. One other thing that I would like to mention is that the Tide bottles are hard to track as far as the ones that have been stolen and the ones haven't, because there's no serial numbers on the Tide bottles. So, there's no concern by the thieves of having the bottles be tracked. So although Tide may not be the best form of money, I mean, it still is a decent form of money. It's equally divisible. It's a store of value. It's it will keep for a long time. So it makes perfectly good sense for that to become the commodity money in a black market setting. So we'll have to see, what else comes of this. I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.